What's up guys, Rain here, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make a Minecraft server with Bukkit. Um, to start off, go to this page up here, which you'll find in the description. Um, Another thing I want to point out before we move on, it don't matter what version it is, the title will change to whatever is the newest version to get more people to notice this video. Also it doesn't matter. Making a server will be the same in any other version, only the versions will change. So don't complain about this being another version, just like how you guys complain about that lag video of it being on 1.5.2 and saying 1.6.2. Anyway, usually you want to download the recommended version, but as you can see, the recommended version is not in the version we want. So we're going to download the beta. And to save time, I'm not going to download the beta. I already have it downloaded. And you're gonna rename that file to craftbukkit.jar. Just make sure it's only craftbukkit.jar. It'll save you a lot of time in the future. Put it in a folder. I named mine's bucket server, and type in new folder, not folder, my bad. Everyone makes mistakes. New text document and call it start. And now we're gonna edit this. Type in Java Xmx. Type in 512. Now this is how much memory you want to use. If you want to use a gigabyte, type in 1024 or not 1020, yeah, 1024, and then type it in again in this next part. But most people have less than a gig or half the gig of RAM, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Um, it doesn't really matter. I'm only gonna be on this server. If you have other people on the server, of course you want more RAM, but in all general speaking, you should just buy uh, a server that is hosted professionally. Now we can rename the extension part to bat, and it will say it's going to become, or it might become unusable. Just click yes, it's usable. Wait for everything to generate, and now we're done. Type stop. So wait for it to do stuff and click any key. So now we have our files. Let me explain what's happening. So plugins is where you stick all your plugins like essentials and permission X and all that in. World is the worlds that you have. So this is a regular world, this is the nether, this is the end. Here's your ban IPs and your ban players, and your bucket.yml, which is where your service settings, or not all your service settings are, but like your internal service settings. So let's just change the shutdown message to something more pleasant for the user. Restarting. We'll be back in a minute. And you want to save that. Now, if you want to edit any YML files, you're going to have to make sure that you have Notepad++. I will put a link in the description to that too. We got the help.yml, it just tells you how to use Bukkit. Ops, which is operators. These are the people that have all the commands, and you're going to want to type yourself. Don't give op out to other people, it really sucks. Believe me. You don't need to edit this at all. Go to your server log, and we have a bunch of text that you don't understand. Basically, this is everything that happens in a server. If someone makes a command or does a command, it will show what they did. Server properties, very simple. We're actually gonna go down to what's important, like server port. Server port just signals what port it's gonna run on. This is the port that you have to port forward if you are gonna have other people joining. So by default, it's 25565. I would leave it at this. The reason is if you have any other port like 25566, they will have to type it at the end of the IP. So they have to put the IP colon the port that you put. If it's just 25565, they don't have to put no port because it's the default Minecraft port. Anyway, let's go to some other things that people screw up on. Server IP, this is like the IP that you want locked on your server. So let's just say you bought a domain and you put a domain there. Now you have two IPs that connect to your server. You have your domain that connects to your server, and then you have your um, server's actual IP. Now, if you put the domain, like let's just say we bought out like best Minecraft server ever for the win.com. Say we bought that domain and that's our Minecraft server's domain. Um, Now only people can connect with this, and they actually can't connect with the IP that the server actually provides. So let's go down to something else like whitelist. Whitelist is if you have this is true, only people on top of this file can join. So like, for example, it's gonna add me and like X808. I don't know why I can remember his name so well, but we're gonna add Rush and save it. So now if this is set true, let me drag it into the screen. If this is set true, where is it? I can't. Right here? If this is set true, only those two people can join. If it's set false, everyone can join. Texture pack. This okay, hardcore. Let's go over hardcore. Hardcore is that thing where if you die, the game's over. So I'm pretty sure in the bucket server, if you die, it bans you, and then you can reset the bans later on. Texture packs. If you have a texture pack for your server that you want to use, you can put the download link right there, and I believe it will force them to download it. Not force them, but ask them if they want to download the texture pack when they join your server. Online mode, you can set it to false or true. True is will allow uh, only premium players to join, so there won't be like pirated client people on there or all those kind of people. If you have it false, there will be crack client players and all that, which will get you a lot more players on your server. But you would also have to use a authentication plugin like Authme, Reloaded or something like that. PvP, just if you want PvP on difficulty is like the mob's difficulty. So right now 1 is normal, 0 would be like peaceful, 2 would be a card or whatever the other one is. Game mode, this is the default game mode that people join in as. So if you want everyone to be creative, you put that as 1. Max players, you want to put something cool for the sake of this tutorial, like that's cool, isn't it? It's some random freaking number. Um, Spawn monsters, you can put whatever. Now, I do not recommend using over or using one of these kind of servers for 10 people or more because it's super laggy and you're not gonna have much people on it. People hate servers like that. Anyway, message of the day is this is a bucket tutorial, and we're gonna save, and I believe we're ready to go now. So now if you turned on your server, you would be able to connect. You would be able to connect, but no one else would be able to connect. And this is because you didn't port forward. Now, this site right here makes port forwarding super simple. Go to portforward.com, select the side that says routers, and you will be able to see the list of routers. For example, my routers right here, so it says a Netgear R6300. Now, I'm not actually not going to go into more about this site because my whenever I reload this page, it shows my external IP right at the top, and I don't want people seeing that. So you guys can do this on your own. It's not that hard. You would click Netgear if you are Netgear. If you're anything other company, you would click their company. Then you click the model number. Mine is R6300, and then it will ask you for what game you're trying to do or what you're trying to do. Just look for Minecraft server. Click that, and then it will tell you how to do it, how to log in and everything. So once you're logged into here, um, you can follow their tutorial or you can follow me. Uh, it just says I have to log in again. I have to log in all the time. What's on that anyway? I don't know what's on that anyway. Add a custom. Type in Minecraft server, and you would want to type in the port that you put. So I put my port as 25565. make sure you put 25565. Um, if you change the port earlier to something different, put that. Make sure you put that. If you don't, then you will be confused. Okay, now this is where people screw up on port forwarding because they don't get it. Now, on a router, there is a bunch of devices. Those devices are like your computer, your phones, and all that. And basically, each device that goes on it will have a separate IP address. Not like an external IP address, but like a separate internal IP address. As you can see here, we have one thing connected, and that is me currently, um, showing up as 192.168.1. My device, which is 2. So this depends on whatever your network is. It won't be 2, it'll be whatever you are. So go to CMD. Most most router control panels don't have this, but mine does, so I can actually just do that. But if you don't have it, I will show you how to do it or find it. Type in ipconfig into your CMD, and now you have your server's IP, or not your server's IP, but your IPv4, which is your computer's IP. Now, make sure you, when you're port forwarding like this, make sure you do it on the same computer as your Minecraft servers, because you don't want this to be like the IP of like a different computer. It doesn't even make sense if you do it that way. Anyway, we finally got 25565 port forwarded. We can close out of this, and now if we start a server, people can connect to us through our IP. Now, to find your IP, just go to what'smyip.org, and it will tell you right at the top what your IP is. Now we're gonna start at Minecraft just to show that the server does work. This is like my 6th time recording this video, or 5th, I don't even remember anymore. And as you can see, we have tons of players because we're stupid and we put a big number, even though we don't have that amount of people. And now we have a world. Flying is not enabled, so I should actually stop flying. Um, it's not laggy at all. Now, once you get players on here, it may start lagging. I will show you how to optimize your server, which will decrease CPU usage and make it a little bit faster. Um, your server will run as fast as your computer can go on a single core. So, yeah, so peace, guys. Hope you guys found this tutorial helpful. It took me like over 5 or 6 tries to make this video. Next video will be how to optimize the server, how to make it faster, how to some tricks and techniques that I do. Upcoming on my channel is some plugin tutorials or reviews, depending on how I feel. Um, I'll try to get that out there. Also, I'll get another freaking how to make your Minecraft faster tutorial out there for those people who think that me doing this on 1.5.1 doesn't apply to 1.6.2 still. So, peace, guys.